Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Revelia of ProPhysique.com, and I wanted to make a short video regarding the holiday that's about to come up, Thanksgiving. I get a lot of questions about this time of year from not only my clients, but people I meet that know what I do, or family, regarding what is the best strategy to take when looking at a meal like the Thanksgiving meal, where it's pretty typical to indulge in some high-calorie foods, desserts, and it's basically kind of accepted behavior that you're just going to feast that day. So I wanted to go over a couple of the strategies and discuss what I advise for my clients during this time. The most important thing is to realize what your goals are during this time. So if you're currently in contest prep, or if you are in a period where you are working on a fat loss goal, and this is your number one priority, then I would have my clients track their macros on Thanksgiving just like it was any other day. Separate your meats, separate your vegetables, separate your potatoes, whatever it is you're going to eat, and track. Even if you have to use some guesstimations with regards to the recipes that most of these foods are homemade. So even if you have to guesstimate, but that's a specific time of year. Now, generally, most of the competitions are over at this point, and there's no competitions for the competitor until early in spring. With nationals having been last week, and most of the big natural shows having their world championships in earlier this month and in late October, we're not generally looking at a lot of people in contest prep mode. So if you're in just reverse mode, maintenance mode, building mode, there's a few strategies that I like to use on the day of an event where that you're going to be indulging a little bit. First and foremost, during this period of time, it's very important that you enjoy this time with your friends and family and don't isolate yourself. One problem that exists with a typical exclusive diet, meaning a diet that excludes certain food groups, is that people tend to put themselves in a position where they are afraid to attend because they know if they eat something that's not on their typical plan that they're going to just go overboard. They're just going to cut loose. And so sometimes people will actually avoid this situation. For a diet to be successful long term, it needs to be a lifestyle. And for something to be a lifestyle, it needs to fit into what your everyday goals and ethics and lifestyle allow you to do. So I am a huge believer in the flexible dieting for many reasons, but one of those reasons is because it does allow you the freedom to eat at restaurants. It does allow you the freedom to partake in events such as Thanksgiving or Christmas or just family events. You don't have to avoid social situations if you're familiar with how to track your macros. Now, having said that, does that mean on Thanksgiving Day you need to be precise with tracking everything? No. So what I suggest first would be don't avoid eating that day. So some people will skip breakfast or skip lunch, or depending on what time of the day you eat Thanksgiving, thinking that, well, it's better if I just avoid eating and then I have more calories. What I would prefer would be to eat smaller meals. So reduce your caloric intake a little bit throughout the day, either pre or post Thanksgiving, and instead eat a normal meal at Thanksgiving dinner. Have your normal setting of foods, but don't feel like because you underate earlier in the day that you need to splurge. The second thing is don't think of Thanksgiving as a reason to just be a glutton. There's no rule written anywhere that says that you need to eat all the food that is brought. You need to eat an entire pie and several servings of macaroni and cheese or sweet potato casserole or whatever it is that your family makes and is famous for. Choose some smaller portion size, eat a little bit of everything, and when you're full, stop eating. This is is accepted. Your family is going to be happy with this. You're partaking in the meals that they want you to be a part of. And first and foremost, Thanksgiving is more about being around friends and family. Okay, it's not a time that you need to show off how much you can eat. Now there are going to be some temptations. So what do you do if you feel like you went over, or if you ate a little more? Well, flexible dieting is all about balance, right? So if you eat a smaller meal before and a smaller meal after the Thanksgiving meal, this is going to allow you to still stay on track. And if you go over, well, it's just as easy the day after to lower your carbohydrates or fats a little bit, to allow for balance over the course of a 2-day period versus just trying to fit everything into one day. Another great suggestion that I would have for Thanksgiving, and this is something that's kind of popular around the country, they have like turkey trots, 5Ks that are, early in the morning on Thanksgiving. There'll be a run. You don't necessarily have to run a 5K, but be active on the day of Thanksgiving. So if you are, eating an early dinner, then earlier in that day, partake in some cardio or some resistance training if you have a gym that's open, or do some HIIT cardio. This will get the metabolism sped up. This will get you burning calories throughout the day. And it will kind of balance out. Like I said, it's all about balance. It will help you balance out what's going on. This way you're not just laying around all day eating and then laying around for the rest of the day again. Another great way to avoid taking in too many calories on Thanksgiving Day is to choose foods initially to fill up on that are higher in protein, lower in fat. And in fact, turkey is a great choice there. So if you fill up on higher protein foods, which have a greater thermic effect, and then when it comes time for dessert, you might not be tempted to grab a second or third piece of pie along with ice cream. So throughout the day, higher protein in your portions will also help. I hope these strategies have helped you. I know I get a lot of questions from my clients about how to treat this day, and I just want everyone that is watching this to understand that it's about the big picture. It's about what your goals are specifically, how in tune you are with them, and enjoying this time with your friends and family first and foremost. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And if you have any questions, email me, paul@prophysique.com, or you can comment below and I will try to get to those. Thank you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.